He never believed danger could wear the same face twice until the night outlaw twins dragged me from the roadside, their shadow stretching like twin demons across the dirt as the moon watched in silence, and from the first moment he was thrown into the back of their rusted truck, blindfolded and shaking. He understood that survival would depend not on strength, but on patience, observation, and the fire burning inside me that refused to be extinguished. The brothers were giants, voices like gravel, boots heavy enough to shake a ground, but they were careless in their confidence, taking turns watching me as if he were already defeated, as if fear alone could cage a human spirit, and while one slept, the other bragged about how no one escaped their land, une hour that every word they spoke became a map in my mind, every routine a weakness waiting to be exploited. The cabin they kept me in was deep in outlaw territory, surrounded by trees so thick the world felt erased, yet even there, hope survived in fragments, a loose nail in the floor, a lantern left too close to the airy grey wood, the way one twin trusted the other too much, assuming sameness meant unity, never realizing that two minds can drift apart in silence. Night after night, they rotated their watch, one rogue voice fading as the other took over, and with each shift he learned more, who was quicker to anger, who hesitated, who drank too much, who listened when he thought no one noticed, and fear slowly transformed into strategy, because when you are stripped of control, the mind becomes your last weapon, and he sharpened mine in the dark. And right when the tension reached its breaking point, when the cabin felt like a coffin and the future like a closed door, he made a decision that would change everything. He would not wait to be rescued, he would become my own way out. If this story has you hooked already, pause for a moment and subscribe to the channel, because what happened next is where everything changed the night he chose to act. The forest was loud with wind and secret, and when the first twin fell asleep heavier than usual, lulled by arrogance and drink, he knew the moment had arrived, because courage isn't the absence of fear, it's movement in spite of it, and he moved quietly, using every detail he had memorized, every mistake they thought he hadn't noticed, sleeping free not with noise but with intention, knowing a second twin would return soon and the window was measured in heartbeat, not minute. The escape wasn't clean or easy, branch tore at me, the ground burned my feet, and panic chased me like a second shadow, but the brothers' greatest strength, their belief that no one could outthink them, became their undoing, because they searched where fear would send summon, not where resolve would carry them, and by the time they realized the truth, the forest had already chosen my side. When dawn broke, it wasn't just sunlight cutting through the trees, it was justice finding its way home, because survival is a story written in scar and decision, and he had written mean with refusal, resilience, and the unbreakable understanding that no one had to decide your ending but you. The twins were legends in their own minds, but legends fall when truth stand up, and as the authority closed in and the danger finally loosened its grip, he walked away changed, not weakened, carrying a story that would live not a fear but a proof. If you believe stories of courage deserve to be heard, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps bring more powerful stories like this to life. Freedom didn't arrive with celebration or relief where stories pretend it does. It came quietly, almost suspiciously, as if my mind didn't trust peace enough to accept it at first, and even after the danger ended and the echo of boots and locked doors faded into memory, he still woke up listening for footsteps that were no longer there, because survival changed you in way no one prepared you for, carving lessons into the nerve and teaching the heart to beat differently. The world outside the forest felt unreal at first, too open, too loud, too full of choice, and yet with every passing day, strength replaced shock, because justice had said this time, and the truth he carried was no longer a burden but a weapon, one that ensured the outlaw twin would never control another life again. Facing what happened wasn't about revenge, it was about reclaiming ownership of my own story, standing firm while fear tried to write the past, and discovering that survival doesn't end when escape began. It continued in courtroom, in sleepless night, in moments when silence felt heavier than shame ever did. But slowly, piece by piece, he rebuilt himself, not into who he was before, but into someone sharp, brave, and unafraid to speak, because the greatest victory wasn't walking out of a forest, it was refusing to let that place follow me forever. And as the truth spread and the